All right, here we go. We're doing a podcast, and I don't know what it's going to be called. Maybe the Offensive as Fuck podcast. The Offensive AF podcast.
That sounds good.
So, what were we talking about earlier? We were talking about, so this whole ICE thing and living in a town that has a lot of Hispanic people, and people are freaking out because they're thinking that ICE is going to come in and take people. And then I see like a Facebook post about it, and you see the Facebook post saying ICE is going to come to this town, or people are fearing it. And then you see, you got the Trump people who are like, oh yeah, take every last Mexican, right? And then you got like the people arguing with the Trump people, and the people arguing are, oh, you're a fascist, you're a racist, you're Trump supporter, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I noticed something, and I've noticed for a while, but, I was looking through the comments, and everybody defending the Mexicans, like from getting deported, they're all white women. They're all white liberal women. And the whole thing is just because like white liberal women hate white men, and they just want to get fucked by Mexican guys. Like that's literally all it is. Like, because like women don't give a fuck about anything. It's like we were talking about this earlier. Like They don't give a fuck about anything. They don't care about anything other than their own hedonistic bullshit needs. So like in the moment, whatever is going to like satisfy them, like that's what they get passionate about, right? Like they get passionate about things that give them a dopamine hit. So it's like, why are all these white liberal women so obsessed with this immigration issue? Because like if it were like Indian men, they wouldn't give a fuck. They'd be like, what the fuck? Why are we even talking about Indian guys? Like, what the fuck? No, please. No, what, you don't like me? No, I love white women. Like, they don't give a fuck about fucking Indian guys. You kidding me? Or if it were like fucking Asian guys, they don't like, maybe, you got like the liberal white girls who are like the anime lovers. A couple of them might be a little bit pissed, but like the bulk of liberal white women want to get fucked by Mexican guys. That's what it comes down to. And so that's why they get so fucking passionate about this issue. Like, I see more white liberal girls passionate about this whole immigration issue than anybody else, than even Mexican guys. Like, I don't even see Mexican people, like, defending it. It's just, like, white liberal girls. They care so much because they're, like, they don't want people to take their, like, fucking Mexican men from them. They want that dopamine supply to stay in the country. They don't want people to deport their potential dopamine supply. So it's just like fucking... And then I was also saying, okay, that's also why they care about black guys too, because, white liberal girls, they prefer Mexican guys. Like short, mid, just like run-of-the-mill, like plain Jane, average-looking Mexican guys, okay? That's who, like, white liberal girls prefer for some reason. But that doesn't mean that they won't get fucked by a black dude too, because as long as the guy's not white and like also like not Indian or Asian, like the races they don't like either, they're cool with it. They're cool getting fucked by them. So they're like, okay, black guys are cool too. Like we want to, we'll defend black guys. Like when there's something going on in the news cycle about a black guy being quote unquote oppressed by, the Trump administration or whatever, like, yeah, we'll get really passionate about that too. And it's only because they want to get fucked by black guys too. That's it. Like white liberal girls hate white guys. And the only white guys that they'll hang around are like emasculated little like feminized little bitches, So that's what it comes down to. That's why they care so much about this issue. It's like, why do you care so much about this issue? Like, why? Like, what about this is getting you so fired up? Like, you don't even get this fired up about, like, if your own fucking white dad died. You know what I mean? Like, if like, Trump shot your white dad, you wouldn't give a fuck as much about this. And I'm just like, it's just kind of odd. You know what I mean? It's just bizarre. It's like, and it's just, especially it's out of character for, like, white liberal girls who are just hedonistic fucks, right? All they want to do is, like, smoke weed and get fucked. You know, that's all white liberal girls want. They just want to smoke weed, get fucked, and complain about how much they hate white guys. And so it's like, why are you so passionate about this? Like, you're not like a good person. You have no moral compass. So like, oh, see, the puzzle pieces are coming together now. They're coming together now. This is about your hedonism. This is about your fucking wants and your fucking needs. Because you want to get fucked by these Mexican guys. Because I go to the store and I see like white girls and Mexican guys all the time. You know? Reasonably attractive, you know, thick white liberal girl, the, you know, the tattoos, the nose ring and like, you know, the piercings and the glasses, blah, blah, blah. With like a fucking short, run of the mill, you know, plain Jane, mid, average looking Mexican guy, probably like 5'6", and she's all over him. I see it all the fucking time, you know, but that same white girl, if she were approached by like a 6'2", you know, jacked white guy, would be like, no, go get the fuck out of my face. So that's the reason they care so much about this, you know, deportation issue. They don't give a fuck. Like I said, if it was Indian guys, they wouldn't give a fuck. They'd be like, why are we talking about, like, stop wasting my time talking about Indian guys. Like, what the fuck? I don't even think white girls know what Indian guys are. Like honestly, if you were like, do you know, like, have you ever seen an Indian person? They'd be like, huh? What do you mean Indian? You know, the ones who talk like, what are you doing? Like, do you want to, what is your number? I want your number. I want to fuck you. You know, like, I don't even think they know what that, because they pay so little attention to everything. Like, they only pay attention to things that will give them that hedonistic pleasure. You know? Oh, so yeah, that's what's going on. That explains everything that's going on with this whole ICE bullshit. It's just Mexicans care because their family members are going to be deported, and then white liberal girls care because that's the dick that they prefer is the fucking mid-tier, like 4-inch long dick that's attached to these like fucking 5'6" Mexican guys. Like, that's the bulk of what's going on. Any input? Oh, I'm just curious. No, you're good. Eat your Sour Patch Kids. That's good. So, yeah. I mean, it's never more complex than you think it is. You know, like, there's that one law, I forgot what it's called, but it's like, you know, the most simplest explanation oftentimes is usually the explanation. Like 99% of the time, the most simplest, obvious explanation is the explanation that actually explains what's going on. It's actually true. And it kind of is, right? It's like, girls don't want their little Mexican fuck toys to go, you know? And here's the thing. Why do liberal white girls like Mexican guys so much? It's because they're like the fun, you know, dude, especially if they're like illegal and they don't like speak English, because there's like no strings attached. And like, you know, if it's like a white guy, you know, they feel like more, you know, like, a white guy would be more aware of what's going on. They'd be more aware of the fact that she's being a slut. But if it's like just like some horny, like, illegal immigrant who just like fucks anything that walks, she's like, okay, it's kind of like a dildo, you know, to her. you know, it's basically just like a fucking walking dildo. You know what I mean? Like a 5'6" walking dildo. So it's like, that's what it is. They want like the fun, you know, if you ever see a white girl with a white guy, it's because like, you know, white liberal girls see white guys, if anything, if they are ever interested, it's always like, okay, a relationship, something fun. Not like the, you know, the fun fuck buddy or whatever, but it's like, okay, a relationship. Whereas like the Mexican guy, the little 5'6" Mexican boy is like the fun guy she fucks at work, you know, in the bathroom or something, while her white boyfriend is at home. Like, that's why white liberal girls love the Mexican boys, because they're all getting fucked by these Mexican boys. They're like they're walking dildos for them, and they don't want the walking dildos to be deported. They want them to stay in the country. And I was saying too, like, you know, the bedroom talk, you know, after they fuck their like Mexican guy, you know, whether or not the Mexican, you know, boys that they're getting fucked by are illegal, even if they're legal, you know, they get fucked, he comes inside of her, and then like, you know, they're laying in bed, and the bedroom talk. And then, there's the conversations that come up. Oh yeah, it's crazy what's going on in the world, huh? Oh yeah, ICE, oh yeah, one of my family members is illegal and, like got deported, and, it's so sad. And so, during this bedroom talk, she gets emotional, and she likes this guy, she has fun sexual experiences with him. And then, like, the emotional strings get pulled. And then before you know it, when she's outside of his house living day-to-day life, she still has that emotional attachment to that conversation they had in the bedroom. And then she's on Facebook going, "You're racist. We need to keep all the illegal immigrants here." I saw one comment. It was like, as long as you are in America, like you're legal. Like all you have to do is be within the borders. And I'm thinking, like, would you still say that if it was like a fucking like white European dude, like from like some like Slavic country who you didn't find to be attractive at all? Like, and he was here on like a visa and he extended his visa. Like, would you really care as much if they try to deport him? I know they wouldn't care as much. Because like shit like that happens all the time where like bad things happen to non-Mexican illegal immigrants or immigrants in general, and they don't get fucking, all up in arms about it. Like, they don't give a fuck. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to contribute. But like, that's basically it. That's I kind of got that out. That's kind of what I wanted to go over, was that fact, So, and because nobody talks about it, that's why white liberal girls love Mexican guys too, is because it's like their dirty little secret. Like, nobody knows, because you never hear anybody talk about it. It's like, it's because it's this secret that they've been able to keep under wraps, is they're getting fucked by these little Mexican boys. They love it. They're like their little secret dildos, and they don't want them to get deported, because if their Mexican dildos got deported, they'll just be left over with fucking white guys, and they hate white guys. They fucking hate white guys. Especially liberal white girls hate masculine white guys. They hate white guys in general, but especially masculine ones. Like, that would be the last thing they would want to get fucked by, is like a masculine white dude. So, yeah, I mean, what else can you say? I mean, like, once you realize the truth, you can't unlearn it. You can't unrealize it. It is what it is, that's why they care. They don't give a fuck about anything. Like, they don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's like a week. God, was it like a 2-week long period of time when it was like Stop Indian Hate? Do you remember that? It was like a year or two ago. I don't know. It was like every time I'd go on like YouTube or something, I'd get like there'd be like an ad or like some, something somewhere that would be like Stop Indian Hate. And it was like, stop the hatred of Indian people, or like discrimination or something. And it lasted like a month, maybe. But it was like persistent, and I was like, okay, where's this coming from? It's just like out of the blue. And I never heard any fucking liberal white girl talk about that shit. I never heard any liberal white girl be like, we need to be nice to Indian guys. We need to be nice to Indian people. Like, they didn't give a fuck. You could put all the Indian people in concentration camps and kill them off, and white girls wouldn't give a fuck, bro. Liberal white girls would be like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I mean, like, I just need to get like a new vape. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all they're thinking about. Like, they don't give a fuck about Indian dudes. But all of a sudden it's Mexican guys, and all of a sudden, oh my god, what are you guys doing? You guys don't support them. No. They have like a fucking panic attack. Like, why do you give a fuck? Why do you care so much? I know why you care so much. You only care about dick. That's why you care so much. Shut the fuck up. Like, you care, like you're moral, like you're virtuous. All right, I think that's it. We're coming on 15 minutes here, but yeah, we'll upload this on some channel. See how it goes. I gotta do it now.